Let's stop lying to ourselves. The United States is not losing Taiwan war games because China is lucky. And China is not winning because it is misunderstood or peace-loving. The truth is far more uncomfortable. America builds expensive toys. China builds weapons meant to kill. And modern war does not forgive that difference. America's real enemy is inside the Pentagon. Every classified simulation tells the same story. U.S. forces lose. Aircraft carriers die first. Air bases vanish. Supply chains collapse. And yet, nothing changes. Why? Because the U.S. military is no longer designed to win wars. It is designed to feed contractors. The Ford-class aircraft carrier is the perfect symbol of this rot. $13 billion. Thousands of sailors. Years to build. Impossible to replace. And in a real high-intensity war, a floating coffin. Everyone inside the Pentagon knows this. Every serious internal briefing confirms it. Yet they keep building them. 9 more. Not because they work, but because someone is getting paid. This is not strategy. This is corruption with a flag on it. China has no illusions about war. Now, let's be brutally honest about the other side. China is not romantic about conflict. It does not talk about rules-based order or values. It talks about outcomes. China has spent decades preparing for one specific scenario, a high-intensity, industrial-scale war near its coastline, and it prepared accordingly. Massive missile inventories, redundant targeting systems, layer upon layer of backup plans, cheap drones by the tens of thousands, weapons designed to overwhelm, not impress. China does not care if a weapon is elegant. It cares if it works. And if it fails, there is another one, and another, and another. No press release, no speeches, just production. This is a collision of two systems. America believes war is a technological showcase. China treats war as an industrial math problem. America asks, how advanced is our platform? China asks, how many can we destroy before you run out? And here is the part Washington refuses to face. The United States runs out first. Missiles, interceptors, spare parts, manufacturing capacity. Recent conflicts already proved this. The US burned through a quarter of its high-end interceptors just defending Israel. Ukraine exposed how thin American stockpiles really are. Against China, those stockpiles don't last weeks. They last days. Aircraft carriers are the clearest lie. Let's be blunt. Aircraft carriers no longer project power against a peer adversary. They project nostalgia. They are relics of a world where the US faced no serious missile threat. That world is gone. China built its military around one goal: kill the carrier. And it did not build one solution. It built dozens. Missiles don't need to be perfect. They just need to be numerous. And China understands something America refuses to accept. In modern war, quantity becomes quality. So, when internal simulations are run, without propaganda, without optimism, without politics, the result is predictable. Not because China is invincible, but because America shows up with the wrong tools. Gold-plated systems, tiny inventories, slow production, zero tolerance for attrition. Meanwhile, China shows up ready to absorb losses, escalate production, and fight long. That asymmetry decides everything. Final warning. If a war happens, it will not look like Hollywood. It will not end quickly. And it will not reward arrogance. America's problem is not that China is strong. America's problem is that it has confused price with power. Until the military-industrial complex is broken, until carriers stop being sacred cows, until production replaces prestige, every war game will end the same way. And eventually, simulations won't be simulations anymore.